Miguel, thank you so much for your time today. We're really excited to dive into the very important world of financial aid. But before we do, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and where you work?
Thank you, Sarah. Yes, hello everybody. My name is Miguel Molina. I'm the current college access manager for the Richmond Promise. The Richmond Promise is a citywide scholarship initiative based in the city of Richmond that aims to provide students going from high school to college with a scholarship opportunity, along with programmatic services to support them to and through college. I myself am a community member of the city of Richmond since birth, graduating from local institutions such as Richmond High and from UC Davis with a bachelor's degree.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Um, so now that we're going to talk about financial aid, can you tell me why is it so important to actually complete the financial aid application process?
Yes, of course. Just like I mentioned, that Richmond Promise does work with the scholarship program. The reason why we award scholarships to students is because there's a great need for financial support when a student goes from high school to college. As many of you may know personally or informally, college can be very expensive. That's why it's very important for students to complete financial aid applications to see if they can receive free money from both the federal and state government to help alleviate the costs associated with a college education.
Do you all recommend that a student completes the financial aid application process even if they aren't sure yet that they want to go to college, or maybe they don't know yet where which college they might want to go to?
Yes, we strongly believe it's important that a student completes a financial aid application regardless if they are 100% sure or not whether they're going to go to college. The reason why is because there's always deadlines associated with applications. And in regards to financial aid, a student must complete their application by March 2nd in order to be able to receive funds to help pay for the college education costs for the upcoming academic year. So if a student applies on March 2nd, they'll have that money there ready for them, waiting for them in the fall semester if in fact they do go to college. Now, if for some reason they decide they don't want to go to college, then at least they have the financial option on the table to use. Now, if a student does not apply for financial aid and last minute over the summer, they do decide they want to enroll at a community college, it's going to be difficult for them to access financial aid at that point because they'd be past the deadline, making it more expensive for them to pay for, of course, their tuition fees and other supplies like books and transportation.
Got it. Thank you. Now, can you apply for financial aid if you yourself are undocumented or if your parents are undocumented?
Yes, you can definitely apply to financial aid if you are undocumented as a student or if your parents are undocumented. If you're undocumented as a student in the state of California, we have the California Dream Act application, which allows students who are undocumented to apply for financial aid through the state of California. So as long as they've been attending schools in the state for 3 years, and they don't have to be consecutive. If a student is undocumented and their parents are also undocumented, they would fill out that same application. On the flip side, if a student is a citizen or they're a permanent legal resident, but their parents aren't documented, they would still apply using a FAFSA, and they would not in any way lose any financial aid, even if their parents are undocumented. So it doesn't affect them. They should definitely still apply for financial aid.
Got it. And by completing the DREAM Act application in California, you are then eligible to receive state aid, not federal aid. Is that correct?
Yes.
Got it. Thank you. Now, I know a lot of questions have come up for people around once you accept a financial aid package or you get some sort of financial aid to help pay for college, is that money that you then have to repay?
It's very important with financial aid to understand what's gift aid and what's loans. So those are going to be the two main forms of financial aid that a school is going to offer to your student. When a student gets admitted into either a four university or they're applied to community college, usually in April and May, the school will process a list of awards, like what the state is going to help pay, what the federal government is going to help pay, what the school may help pay. And when I mentioned gift aid, those are things like scholarships and grants. Those are monies that never have to be paid back. And there are a large amount of grants that are available for students from the state of California, whether it be from the Cal Grant associated with the state government, the Pell Grant associated with the federal government, or the California Promise Grant, which is associated with the state of California that helps cover a student's tuition for the first 2 years of community college. That money will never have to be paid back. What does always have to be paid back are loans. Now, loans will always have that exact name on the category as a loan. There are different types of federal loans and, of course, private loans, and they always come with interest. So those are the amounts that a student would have to pay back.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, I have heard that and I myself in the past have struggled to actually complete the application process, the financial aid application process. In the time that you have spent working with students and parents in this community, why do you think some families struggle to complete the process? And for those that find it really overwhelming, can you think of any resources that they might be able to use to help?
Yes, it's very natural to struggle through the financial aid applications like the FAFSA, the California Dream Act, just because they require a lot of questions to be answered from both the student and the parent. I've encountered numerous families, whether they be, families with a college background or families with little educational background, that both struggle, right? There could be issues like the language barrier or accessing sensitive information such as a family's tax returns and social security numbers. But thankfully, there are a number of wonderful resources in our community. One of the newest resources that is super helpful to families in our community is the new guidebook that has been developed by Go WCC in collaboration with Richmond Promise. This guidebook is able to essentially guide families step by step through the application process, demystify some of the biggest myths associated with financial aid applications, provide a pretty thorough vocabulary of key terms associated with financial aid, as well as listing wonderful resources that a student and family should be looking into one after they complete their financial aid. So there's a bunch of wonderful information on this guidebook. I think if you are a parent who's filling it out for the very first time with their son or daughter, it is a wonderful resource to use right next to you when you are completing the application at home.
Awesome. And if families still have questions as they are going through the application, are you available, or is someone on your team available to help out?
Yes, part of the mission of the Richmond Promise is to support with a college-going culture in the city of Richmond, and that also includes helping families navigate the financial aid process. If there's any parent or student who needs help completing their financial aid application or wants to just talk about what financial aid looks like and scholarships in general, they can always make appointments with us to meet one-on-one through our office hours campaign. So you can always feel free to reach out to me at Molina, MMOLINA at richmondpromise.org. Contact me through email or visit our website at richmondpromise.org, and you'll quickly find links on our homepage that you're able to access to either make a one-on-one appointment or get started on your financial aid applications as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Miguel. Before I let you go, can you remind everyone out there, when is the deadline to submit financial aid applications?
Yes, the state deadline to be eligible for state aid and also federal aid through the state of California is March 2nd. Every single year, the deadline is always going to be on March 2nd, and the application always opens up on October 1st. So make sure you are completing your applications by that deadline. And again, Richmond Promise, the guidebook developed by Go, are useful resources to help you complete your child's financial aid application.
Miguel, thank you so very much. Again, folks, if you want to reach out to Miguel for help on the financial aid applications that he referenced, his email is mmolina, MOLINA, at richmondpromise.org. Miguel, thank you so much.
You're welcome.